Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning. Whose idea was this? Oh, wait a minute, it was my idea. That's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all I dream. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina, but she's Universo too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we're live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby, anytime you want. It's Monday, May 22nd, 2023. So let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick with me, joining me in bed for some conversation. What else did you think I was talking about? I don't know what the hell to do with a boy in bed anymore. I hear it's like riding a bike, but it's probably a bike that I don't want to ride. You know what I mean? Anyway, so our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. And this morning I'm joined by my gay guy pal, model, spiritualist, wellness counselor, part of Queer Yoga Club Miami, HIV activist with Impulse Group. He also sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board for Viv Healthcare. He walks Sex Siren in the House of Gorgeous Gucci and a whole lot more. Jamal L. Starks. You can find him on Instagram at porcelain. That's porcelain with a 3. Good morning, Papa. Welcome to FayWhat's Bed. How are you?
I'm good.
You look good.
Thank you. You do too.
You had sex this morning.
Maybe. Maybe.
So here's the thing, world, okay? Like, Jamal has this impeccable skin, right? And I mean, again, it's not something, it's good genetics, it's a good mama, it's a good skincare routine, but he's also just got beautiful, magnificent skin. So every time I see him, I'm just always like, wow, it's so even, it's so beautiful, it's so toned. Like, I could see my face off it, right? And then today, it's just extra. Right?
Dewy.
It's got dewy. It's got this extra dew,
it's like soft.
And I was like, oh, and I was like, wait a minute, can I wipe that off you? What is that, right? I'm like, you had sex this morning. And Jamal can't lie to me, right? So it's like, yeah, how'd you know? It's a gift. Other people can pick lotto numbers. I know when people had sex.
Oh, that is a gift. I want to do
right?
that.
I love that. It's
I'm a reader
interesting.
in the spirituals. I don't know how to do that.
Listen, there's times that I'll go through Wilton Manors and I'll find that gay boy and I'll be like, oh, Poppy, you haven't had sex in a while.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my Poppy, I'm sorry.
You need some sunshine.
You need some sunshine. Well,
Vitamin D.
congratulations on
I got
your,
some sunshine.
And you definitely did.
Oh, praise God.
Why do we always ask for Jesus and God during sex? Like, what is
because
that? Just like
it's spiritual.
But do you think that Satanists and people that don't believe in God even say, oh God, oh God?
Hell yeah, everybody does. You have to. It's like a religious experience. You may not believe in God, but by the time it's hitting the right spot, you do.
Got it.
Yeah.
There it is.
And well, thank you for life. Thank you for me enjoying this.
Right. Thank you for this. Thank you for all of this.
That's going on.
Well, there's a lot of interesting things going on this week in the LGBTQ plus community. Jamal, you ready to kiki on some of them now?
Yes, love.
All right, let's do it, Papi. So first, okay, I'm so excited about this one. All right, let me hold it together. So the trailer for Strange Way of Life is out, and it looks like a campy, melodramatic delight to me. The film follows Silva, Pedro Pascal, and he's one of my favorite people, right, Jay? A rancher with a killer green jacket as he travels via horseback across the desert to reunite with Sheriff Jake, who's played by Ethan Hawke. Obviously, an important person from a complicated past. So it is a montage of classic homoerotic Western archetypes. The trailer culminates with my personal favorite trope goodness, Jake tenderly wiping the forehead of an injured Sheriff Jake, as he says, quote, "Years ago, you asked me what 2 men could do living on a ranch. I'll answer you now, end quote. Watch this.
She was a whore, Father.
A woman was found killed in town.
Joe! What are you doing?
You never loved me. You never loved anyone in your life. Don't say that.
Years ago, you asked me what two men could do living together on a ranch. I'll answer you now.
The trailer for Pedro Almodovar's queer western is here, and I am living for it. What are we all talking about? You know, I've been so excited about this.
We
thing
just
coming
talked
out.
about this last
Yes,
night. Yeah.
and like when the trailer was, I was like, oh my god, I must watch it, and I watched it like 3 different times. I don't know why. I keep on like expecting for somebody to burst a bubble and go, nah, we ain't really releasing
That's
this
not for
movie.
real. That's not
Ha
for
ha, joke. You know, whatever.
It looks so much fun.
It does.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and
I'm
it's-
here for it.
Do you remember Brokeback?
Yes.
And how did you
But
feel about that?
Brokeback was so serious, which I loved. I loved Brokeback. Like I used to, you know,
Breakbacks.
my tissue and my lotion was in hand. Because I was what, probably what, 18, 19?
You were youngin',
I was a
yeah.
youngin'. Yeah, so every time it come on, I'm oh my God.
Oh my God.
But this looks fun.
Yeah.
This looks fun. I
Yeah.
know what I can do with two
Right.
men in a ranch.
I know a couple things that you can do with
Cock our guns.
that you can do with two men on a
Yeah,
ranch for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And you know, and like Pedro, you know, he's a very big ally of our community.
Yes.
His sister's trans. We've
Yes.
spoken about that. You know, but he's not gay, and I think that if he would be gay, he would have already come out. Like, it just doesn't seem like something that he would be hiding. Do you?
No, this seems just very secure in his own masculinity and his
Yeah.
own manhood.
Yeah.
Did you see him at the Met Gala?
Yes.
Yes.
I loved it. I mean, he was wearing it, like, you know, with the shoes
When he
and
stepped out, I was like-
everything, and
I was like,
right.
oh.
He's everything. I saw him. What else? I was on a plane a couple of weeks back, and they were giving. I guess Vanity Fair did like a. They connected him to a lie detector machine, and they asked him all types of questions. He's just hilarious, you know, and he seems so down to earth.
Down to earth, very like, and he plays with it too, like a man, like a man that plays with fashion. Yes. That, like,
And it's not afraid.
No, and
No?
plays with gay characters and makes it even campy. That's very queer. When you
Right?
get campy, you get really.
Yeah, we invented campy.
Yeah.
Like, queer folks invented campy. Now, Ethan Hawke, like, he's the one that surprises me because, like, I don't know if he's done anything recently that maybe I've missed, but I haven't really seen him do anything for a while that I've watched.
I haven't either. What is the last?
Ah.
What is the last big thing Ethan Hawke has been in? Like literally.
Like a side voice, do you know? Side piece, do you know what Ethan Hawke has done? Like, I know that he did like Reality Bites or something, right? Like a million years ago. Like, I don't know. I keep on thinking of like a Winona Ryder kind of movie a million years ago.
The side piece.
Side piece went to the bathroom.
Side piece went to get him a side piece. Okay? Side piece went to go get him some side piece. Okay?
He's allowed. He's allowed. Well, you know what? This makes also Ethan Hawke relevant again to our community and to others. And you know, and he didn't age bad either. Like,
No,
you know, like
no.
you know how white folks
He looks-
tend to like, you
yeah.
know, have the stretchy face and like, you know, your ass smoked for 2 decades. Like it just shows it
He
on
looks
your
very
face.
mature.
He looks clean.
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 Clean. I would say they both look very distinguished.
I can't wait to watch them have sex. Is that in the movie? If it's not, it better be because I'm imagining it already there.
It would probably be a campy sex scene.
What makes a campy sex scene? Are you gonna be like wearing a wig or something, or like, you know, or like wearing high top, like high boots, high red boots?
Well, it looked like they were wrestling in there, so maybe like some wrestling, and then like I don't know. I think they played around with it.
I hope so. I hope that, and then I hope that there's like some hitting and battering somewhere in between, like, you know, and then they end up fighting. Like, that's the best sex. Have you ever fought with somebody, like, honestly, like straight up, and then you're like, I'm about to put hands on this person, but then it turns into sex, and then it's like great sex, and then you forgot what you were fighting about?
Yeah.
That happens to the Cuban a lot, because she pisses me off.
You gotta remember.
But you want to remember to have the sex again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
Next up, Oprah Winfrey has spoken out about LGBTQ plus rights, gun violence, and women's rights in a powerful graduation speech at Tennessee State University. Oprah, who has long been a supporter of LGBTQ plus rights, told graduates that while the political landscape is difficult right now, they can use their education to make a difference. Her advice was to be good to at least one other person every single day. While acknowledging that the LGBTQ plus community is under attack, she says, quote, "The leaders are behaving like children. We live on a planet where there's more than enough wrong to keep you busy trying to make things right for the rest of your natural life," end quote. Watch this.
You've witnessed the storming of the Capitol and the death of civility. You're acutely aware that voting rights are being gutted, women's rights are being dismantled, books are being banned, history is being rewritten, the Supreme Court is being corrupted, the debt ceiling is being held hostage, the climate is changing, the LGBTQ community, LGBT plus community is under attack. The Cold War is back. The leaders are behaving like children. The children are being gunned down by military-grade assault rifles. We live on a planet where there is more than enough wrong to keep you busy trying to make things right for the rest of your natural life.
God, I love Oprah. Oprah sends a powerful message to bigots. What are we all talking about?
Well, first, we are all talking about what I love about today is we see powerful allies in the A-list celebrity realm. Like Oprah speaking at a HBCU openly about gun violence, about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community is very iconic because we are now seeing who allies with us, who stands with us.
And who's talking shit.
And also, we can see the seriousness of what's going on. If this is not like a push to people who aren't interested in what's going on right now, who feel as though, you know, invincible,
Untouchable.
privileged. This is a dire warning. Like, y'all got people like Oprah out here, you know, and needing to say something.
Not staying quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because listen, honestly, Jay, being quiet is just like attacking our community too, honey.
No, it is. It's complacency. Because you're basically agreeing with the narrative that is already set out before you. You're agreeing with what is going on just by staying complacent. And that, like, this is something that's really touching to me to see Black, especially more mature Black women in power and straight cis heterosexual male allies. It's very, if it's concerning them, then that's also a dire warning for us in the community.
Yeah. For those people, you know, like Jay is saying, for those people that are delusional, right? Because I've got a lot of friends that are delusional where I'm screaming and yelling and people are like, what do you mean? What's going on? Are you effing kidding? Like, go pick up just read something. Educate yourself, you know?
I mean, right now, Trump is looking like he's on the path to re-election.
Oh, God. That just made me throw up a little bit, Jay. That just made me throw up a little bit right here.
It's reality.
But it's the reality. No, it's the reality. And
these are the pills we need to swallow now.
And you know, and sometimes I want to be like the delusional people and just be like, F this. I'm just going to, you know, walk through life. I'm a little passable. I'll go back in the closet. And it's like, we can't. We have to shine brighter than ever. And when someone like Oprah, you know, she's not gay, right? And who knows, right? As we know, she's privileged in her money. You know, she don't gotta go to bat for us. She really doesn't. No. And at a speech like this, where a lot of these colleges want to also, have control over what the person's going to talk about while they're up there. You know, and she laid it out thick on everything that's going on right now.
In Tennessee State University, in the state that we are having one of the first proposed drag laws.
Oh, they were the ones that started the drag bans.
Yeah,
yes, I forgot.
yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
So that's even more powerful. She's at a historically iconic Black university speaking against these issues within the state.
Yeah. And not holding back.
That is propelling these issues. Also, the gun violence that happened, and the thing that happened in the Senate in the Congress in Tennessee, where they kicked out 2 of the Black members because they said they were out of order. You know, it's just so much going on, and for somebody like Oprah to be giving these speeches to the students, like, hey, y'all.
I'm laying it out for you.
Yeah.
You know, in case your parents or anybody else is sugarcoating shit for you, I'm gonna tell you what's out there.
This is what's going on.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, it's like, chain of command. It's their turn to go and start fighting the big fight. You know, I went to an event over the weekend, and I hung out with, they're all different kind of ages, but I got to hang out with a little group of people that were in their 60s and up, and they're like, we're tired. And they're like,
Will you be? When you live in a society that has told you had to work until you were 60, 65, and then you're like, wait, and I gotta go out here, and I gotta do this.
Yeah.
No, I'm tired.
Like one of the kids, one of the guys were like, I started getting freaking white hair like at 30 because I've been fighting this fight, and I'm like, man, I get it. So New Blood, we're looking for you, and Oprah, thank you so much for doing your thing, for honestly, that is what an ally is through and through.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
Next, we're going to talk about another ally. So Spice Girls legend Emma Bunton, aka Baby Spice, is proving herself the ultimate ally after coming out unequivocally in support of LGBTQ plus rights on social media. Taking to her Instagram story on May 8th, she reshared a post from trans ally and Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis's own Instagram. The post had an image with the powerful statement, quote, "I will say gay and I will protect trans kids," end quote. So she follows in the footsteps of a bunch of celebrities who have spoken up for LGBTQ plus rights in recent months, including Melissa McCarthy, Daniel Radcliffe, Melanie Linsky, and Pedro Pascal, to name only a few, and also Oprah, like we just said in our last story. As a member of the biggest female pop group of the 90s, the Spice Girls and her bandmates have cultivated a devoted queer fan base and been vocal about their affinity with the LGBTQ plus community for almost 30 years. In a time when LGBTQ plus rights are under threat more than ever, celebrities showing their support has become more important. I knew Spice Girls would speak up sooner or later for the community. What do you think? What are we all talking about?
Well, they have to. They're iconic gay.
Yeah, nobody loved the Spice Girls more than the gays.
No.
And the little girls, but mainly the gays.
The gays.
And I remember the boys each had their favorite Spice Girl, and they were like, no, I'm scary and blah, blah, and I'm sporty and this and that.
Gosh.
And
Victoria
Beckham can do no wrong. Okay?
No.
That bitch can do no wrong. All right? She could just stand there and not sing, and she could do no wrong.
Doesn't she do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for solidifying that. Yeah. And with a group like that, that was just so huge. Okay. Because they were huge, they were from UK, but they were huge everywhere. And then, after their second or third album, I don't remember, then they kind of fizzled, but the gays still supported them and still was individually doing their own things.
And I think it's because for the first time we had a world, from my experience, from my little Black queer experience, that's how you knew another boy was gay. It's how you identified. It was like a secret code.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's like, because you really navigated the world in such a way where, you had to hold your masculinity, et cetera, hold this performance. And then when you see another guy go, tell me what I want, what you really, really want, you're like,
Yeah, because there's no way you could sing those lyrics without getting a little, right? Like the unness just comes out of you. You know what I mean?
And it was in not Toy Story, but Small Soldiers or something like that, where the toys were fighting, and the whole Spice Girls album was on that movie.
My God,
it was just such a thing back then. So for her to come out, of course, for them to come back out in support, it's like, oh, that's like a little healing of my childhood.
Right?
Like that inner child just gets healed again.
Well, Sporty Spice, thank you. Thank you so much. And, you know, again, we're never going to have too many celebrities going to bat for us. So keep them coming. Next, country music icon Dolly Parton is taking on rock and roll with plenty of star-studded queer talent by her side. The Jolene singer unveiled the track list for her upcoming rock album, appropriately titled Rockstar. Dolly Parton's latest album is absolutely stacked with exciting collaborations with queer musicians and allies. Singer-songwriter Brandi Carlile will join Parton and Pink for a rendition of the Rolling Stones classic, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Yeah, while Lizzo is set to play her beloved jazz flute during Dolly Parton's rendition of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, while Miley Cyrus will accompany her for a cover of the 2013 single Wrecking Ball. Dolly Parton will also be joined by Elton John. As if that weren't enough, Rockstar also features a freaking Beatles reunion. Yes, you heard it here first on the FayWhat show, okay? We cannot wait until Rockstar comes out in November. Watch this.
Swinging like Tarzan and Jay.
I love Dolly. Dolly Parton's upcoming rock album is full of queer vibes. What are we all talking about?
This day just gets even better and brighter and brighter and brighter because, I mean, Dolly Parton.
It's Dolly Parton.
It's Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Not only Dolly Parton, but the list of celebrities that you just went on and on and on naming, and the list of celebrities that we have just been talking about this entire day. It's just warming my gay little heart. It just gives me much more capacity.
We need that hope, Papi, okay? Because after the show, I'm going to tell you all the bunch of bad news that came out.
No, I'm not ready for that.
It's going to happen, honey.
We should do bad news first, and then we should do what it is.
Well, I think we have to do quear news tonight. And, that's always bad news. Yeah. So let's just think about Dolly.
Okay, let me just grab my...
Yeah, grab your rock.
It's rose quartz, and I have rose quartz in my ear.
It's today. A stone. I know. That's what I was waiting for you to tell me. That it's not a rock face. Stop
it's
calling
a queer rock.
I love it.
We've already termed that. Mm-hmm. Spreading the love.
Spreading the queer rockness. Dolly Parton, we love you. I love all these collabs. The Beatles. Lizzo. The Beatles. The Beatles, kid. The Beatles.
Lizzo is just like, her ascension is, I have no words. Yeah. I have no words to put into how I'm feeling about her. Like playing the flute, first the congressional flute, now with Dolly Parton, in support of, and then you saw when she brought the drag queens on stage in Tennessee. And then you're partnering up with Dolly Parton, Tennessee icon, American icon, to do...
Yeah, it's everything. And Dolly Parton, come on, I don't know how long her career is. I know it's like a million years, but
it's older than me. Probably double my age.
It probably is. It probably is, young ass. But she still finds a way to stay relevant. And she still finds a way, when the talks began of the drag ban, she was the first one who came out and was like, well, I guess I'm going to be the next one arrested because I'm basically a drag queen. Yeah. During COVID, she put a bunch of money into one of the vaccinations.
Yeah. And it was an angel. It was Hush. It was Angel, but it came out that it was her. Like she was just, and when she was talking about it, and the guy who received the money, she was just sitting there like this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like not affected. Just not, affected, but you know what I mean. Kind of like this is what I have to do. Like there's no question. You know, I love her. I look forward to this album dropping. It's going to be fantastic. Like do albums drop still? How does that work? They just come up and then you download them, right?
Yeah.
Then you steal them from some streaming service.
Well, they just pop up on the streaming, like Apple Music. It'll just tell you like if you're interested in certain things, you're like, boop, this is available.
Well, I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait to listen to it. And it's going to be fantastic. Next, Madonna wants to dress you up in some of her legendary looks. In preparation for her career-spanning Celebration World Tour, the Queen of Pop took a trip down memory lane as she revisited several of her most famous style moments while digging through her extensive fashion archives. Madonna gave fans an exclusive peek into her massive storage space, which featured stacked rows of boxes and bins and an endless array of garment bags. It's It's unclear if she plans to wear any of these costumes again on her celebration tour, but gay boys can dream, can't they? And gay girls can dream too. Madonna will kick off her celebration tour, which pays tribute to her 40-year career of hits, on July 15th in Vancouver. For all of you folks going to the concert, Madonna is sure to bring iconic styles with her. What are we all talking about?
So Madonna's going on tour too? This is news to me.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, bitch, don't even try to get a ticket now. I tried. It was too expensive. I'm not going to be able to see her.
I mean, you might.
I work here.
Well, I mean, you never know.
Are you taking me? Okay, grab a rock. Let's manifest some tickets right now. Okay, I'll take this one. It looks like Madonna's boob.
It's the trend.
In the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, in the 90s, not now. Yeah, sort of. Okay, so we'll manifest that someone's gonna get us tickets to Madonna.
There we go.
Watch it
Sponsorship.
happen. Watch it happen.
Sponsorship.
Watch it happen. Even we'll be in the nosebleeds, but it's all right.
Sponsorship.
I'm just saying. I mean,
there we go.
And I love that she's gonna play all the hits. I hope that she's not 3 hours late like she's been in the past. I mean, like that left a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
And she'll be better if she's not, sniffing poppers.
Jay. All right, if she's not sniffing poppers, right? God, and I can't believe that those costumes still fit her 40 years later. I got married 5 years ago and I can't fit into my wedding dress, okay? So I can't even imagine.
Mama got money, so.
Yeah. She got all the fat sucked out of her and put into her cheeks. Jamal's like, I'm not going to say anything about her plastic surgery because when it's time for me to do it, I'm going to do it all.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I get like 55. How old is Madonna?
104.
Oh.
Right, give or take a couple of years, right, folks? All right. Finally, Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour. We were talking about this before the show. So her Renaissance World Tour recently kicked off, and fans think a gigantic and fans love a huge, gigantic Progress Pride flag that has been worked into the stage design, sort of. Announced on February 1st, information on anything from stage design to the set list of the tour to herald Queen Bee's 7th studio album, Renaissance, was characteristically hard to find until now. With the first fans already in the stadium, the stage design and backdrop have leaked onto Twitter, and there was one big gay surprise. The backdrop of the pre-show stage shows color bars in the shade of the Progress Pride flag, which along with the classic 6 tones incorporate black, brown, and the colors of the trans flag. Fans are looking at the Renaissance as Beyonce's love letter to the LGBTQ plus community. Beyonce's performed with a pride flag as the backdrop in the past, and now it's going to be right there front and center at her Renaissance World Tour. What are we all talking about?
We're talking about Beyonce's ball that she's taking around the world, basically. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a ball. If you're not into ballroom culture,
you will be after the show.
You will be after the show. You will know. She comes out as like Queen Mother. She is.
Yeah.
She's doing the damn
everything
thing for us.
She really is everything. And I really am curious to see how that's going to work in some of these, crazy states, like even our own in Florida. She's got drag queens as part of her stage show, right? And some of these places that she's going to go to don't even have, gender neutral bathrooms.
Yeah, but she has them inside of the venues. They're all gender neutral. And with the laws that are in North Carolina, when it goes to Charlotte, we're going to see how this is going to be between Madonna touring, between Beyonce touring.
Everybody's touring. Pink is touring.
And the gays. These are the artists that the gays support. Yeah. They are literally lending their allyship and their voices loudly and proudly to the queer community. And so it's going to be very interesting as all of these shows tour during the summer, when all of these laws are being enacted, how these concerts will become politicized. How these
because it's a concert, Jay. Like maybe a parent wants to bring their kid to the concert.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Beyonce's kids love Beyonce also. Little girls love it.
Her child is right there, front and center at the side of the stage while she's performing. There are people who in her European the last few shows have brought kids to so once it gets to the States.
Drag isn't dangerous, fuckers.
It's going to be a very interesting time this summer.
It's really going to be an interesting time. And also, a lot of queer people are going to be broke as hell from all these concerts that we got to go to. Just saying. Jamal, so what else is going on with you? What will you be doing this week? Anything fun? Are you going away? Are you having more sex?
More sex, yes. Yes to more sex. Never turn down a good time.
No, of course not. I mean, I know when you tell me I'm going to be a couple minutes late, I know what's going on, and I'm okay with it. And I'm like, hey, get an extra 2 minutes for me, Papi. I get it,
Yeah, it's needed, especially with the world, I know. Practice that pleasure. But I'm getting ready for Pride Month. I'm going to be busy.
Yeah. June is going to be a crazy month. Whew. But I'm living for it because we've got to shine more than ever.
We have to shine this. I heard, I'm not going to, you decide whatever you want to do, right? But I have seen some people on social media deciding to maybe boycott certain events. And it's like, why? Show there's strength in numbers. Show these fools that there's more of us than you can ever imagine, and that we're gonna join ourselves in unity and show our power. I don't understand. Well, people just don't get that concept. People just don't get the concept and actual community and what actual community, tribe, and unity means. Because community is community.
Yep.
But maybe they'll get it this summer, because when you see that your favorite things will be attacked, your favorite, thinking that you're invincible and that it's not going to affect you, this summer is going to be the summer of so shining brightly is
number one. It's number one.
That's why we got to get all the sex we need in. That's why we got to get that pleasure in. That's why I need it.
Because that keeps you going, right?
It keeps me going. I be like, you know what? That's what I'm defending. Y'all know what I just got out my bed.
That ass slapping that you did this morning, that's what I'm defending.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. No, and it's worth defending.
And if some of you folks out there hating on LGBTQ plus people, if y'all tried it, because you know what I found out in my life? The people who hate the most, they don't be getting any.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. That explains
They wish they
it.
could.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some of those sour people. Have sex. Buy it if you have to. Oh, that's against the law too. Sorry.
With somebody that's
Listen, I know people that 3 drinks, they're yours. Or even less. I'm just saying, slap a burger on there and you got them for the whole night. I got to thank Jamal for getting up early and being on the FayWhat show, Papi. I love you. I love you so much. Make sure that you show him some love and you follow him on all social media. He's always doing something incredible for our community. He's always shining bright. So make sure that you support him, all right? And tell him how you keep that skin so wonderfully beautiful.
Water, minding my business, and orgasms.
There it is, all right? All right. The FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine. Well, they've been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 38 years, and Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale? We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are so important to our LGBTQ plus community. I am so excited about my next guest in bed. This morning, I am joined by Florida's favorite drag queen. And I'm going to say that's Florida's favorite drag queen, but she's also my favorite drag queen. I know, Athena, don't come for me, all right? I know. She is the reigning Miss Noche Latina 2023 and former Miss Florida F.I. at Large 2020. She will compete for the Miss Glamorous Plush title in Orlando on June 26, 2023, and we're going to be there supporting her for sure. Born in Miami, she's presently living in Wilton Manors because everybody that's gay in Miami has moved up to Wilton Manors. Where are my keys to my new house? Anyway, so she's been performing in drag since she was 18 years old, and she was introduced to the local bars by a friend, and the first queen that inspired her most was TP Lords. The mother of all drag and Azucar was her training wheels, and she is passionate about being a motherly figure to all her kids, and we're going to talk more about that in a bit as well. She loves and appreciates the system of pageantry, and her commitment to the pageantry field is just wonderful and beautiful, and everybody should be that way, all right? Welcome to the FayWhat Show, Miss Kimberly Venom!
How are you?
I'm my own audience and everything, but you know that, right?
No, you know I'm the clapper. I clap for every show.
Clap on. You're too young for that. Do you know what the clappers? It's not like a test. It's not like a sexual transmitted disease or anything like that. It's this thing, right, that you plug into the wall and then you plug in other things. And if you clap, it'll turn on whatever's plugged into it. And if you want to turn it off, you go, and it turns it off. Bitch!
I thought it was like the actual lights on Home Depot when you put the lights and they turn off.
Oh my God, right? No, but it works even better. Like for my ex-girlfriend, like she wouldn't shut up. So I'd be like, clap on, shut up.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Miss Kimberly, thank you so much for being with us, Mama. So, okay, like we said in the intro, you've been doing this since you were 18.
Yeah, I started my drag career at 18 with TP at Azucar, yeah. That's
wow.
At 18 years old.
Like, how many queens would love to say that? You know, folks, if you don't know who TP Lords is, then you must have been under a rock or something like that, because TP is just so energetic, passionate, wonderful, professional, all of these things, you know? She continues to reinvent herself and talent up the ass, you know? I mean, and so I was going to ask you, like, who taught you the right and wrong of drag? Was it TP?
I will say, when I first started in Azucar, I went just to see, because how it really actually started was with Beauty Schools of America. Mm-hmm. I styled a wig and I was inspired, and I'm like, oh my God, wow, let's make this wig with glue. And so 2 lesbian friends took me to Azucar, and I saw my first drag queen ever seeing her name was Rob Sky, I forgot the name. It was Rob Sky. I know her boy name is Rob Sky. But TP took over, and that's the first time I saw a full queen with all, she's a club kid. Mm-hmm. I was like, TP, but I just fell in love. That's why to this day I call him up. I'm like, the legacy, yeah.
You know, there's something to say about TP Lord's longevity, right? Like, she has been around a while, and I'm not trying to mess with her age. I know how old she is. She knows how old I am, and we have that understanding. You know what I mean? What do you think that she would say, or what do you think the first rule of drag is? Something to live by, something that that's the rule of drag. You don't freaking cross that line.
That one's interesting. I guess I would say, a rule that you wouldn't cross?
A rule that you wouldn't break.
Trust. You wouldn't break trust, because without trust, then there's nothing. When I would say a rule that she's always taught me, love what you do and do it to the full potential, especially with the times right now that we're facing.
Oh my God. Totally. And and something about TP is that ella no se lleva con todo el mundo. She doesn't hang with everybody. Like, who the person that you see on stage, right? When it's her own time, she has her own little crew of people, and those are the people she sticks to. And it's been like that, for over a decade.
She's an Aquarius. She's a solo person. She likes to be by herself, but she is a mingly person. She is. She could be very attachy to us, the ones that she loves.
The ones that she loves, because she don't love everybody. Okay, TP, you know what I'm talking about, all right? So now, Kim, okay, and that goes full circle, because TP Lords helped you come in, and now you have your own children, right? Tell me some of your children.
So I have actually, if you want to say children, I would say kids and children.
Okay.
Children, I have millions because all the boys at the pub, everybody in Walter Manors. There's even people in Colombia. I went to Bogota, Colombia with Unity Coalition.
Hi, Herb.
We basically, the moment I walked in, they're like, "Mother!" And I'm like,
I love that.
when it comes to my main kids, I have Noche Venom. She's the youngest. I have Kelly Raspberry. I think you've had her before on the show.
Yes.
My boys are Alain Marquez. He's competing for Mr. Florida.
Mr. Buckley's partner, right? Yes, he's gorgeous. My God, that boy.
I have Freddie. He's more on the low. He likes to be a boy. He's not into the. I got him in drag for the first time too. I always get them in drag for the first time.
You gotta pop the cherry.
The little glitter, I guess.
Here's some glitter. You're in drag, ja.
So yeah, for now I have my little 4 that are very close to me. I got them really. And I have 2 new ones that are babies that came from Venezuela. One is Miranda Montier Venom, and she's learning her drag. I'm getting her together. So those are my 5 little kids for now. Like I told you, I have millions of children.
No, I love that.
They all love me.
You're like Lady Gaga and all the monsters. Me encanta. Dios mío. How important is your chosen family right now with the current climate that's going on and all the bullshit that's being thrown at our community?
I would say my chosen family is, like I told you, it starts with TP because all my mothers, I see these important women to be the figures. If it's not TP Lords, if it's not Erica Norell, if it's not Lorna Vando, if it's not the one I want to be one day, Tiffany Ariagas, that is mother.
That is iconic. Listen, you say Tiffany Ariagas and you have to take a pause, right? Like, it don't matter if there's 5 more names after. You got to stop and take that reflection because it's freaking Tiffany. You know, I mean, we just had Transgender Day of Visibility a couple of weeks back, and I was honored and privileged to host the event over at the Equality Center and at the Pride Center, excuse me. And she performed, bitch, literally, I thought she was going to come out and accept an award and be like, we have to be visible, blah, 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 blah. No! Dancing and everything, Kim. All right? And she even told me, she's like, girl, this titty is older than you. You know what I mean? And she don't care. Anyway, okay. But you are incredible. And I don't mean to take away from your talent, Kimberly, but you are incredible because of the people that you look up to. Right. You understand? What is that saying in Spanish? Mi con quien tú anda, whatever. Dime con quién.
I get very stuck with my bilingual language when it comes to Spanish. Well, I guess it's you are who you chill with.
Yeah.
I wonder how you say it in Spanish.
Dime con quién anda y te digo quién tú eres. Right. Okay, so it's basically tell me who you hang with and I'll tell you who you really are. Right. And the people that you're bringing in, that you look up to and you're like, all right, that explains to me why you're so freaking good, Kim. Yeah. Okay, because the second that I laid eyes on you a couple of years back, I can't remember because this bitch is snatching crowns wherever she goes, right? And so and I was like, where did this girl come from? I felt like it was just, that overnight sensation that people always say. Right. And then you look back and this bitch has been doing it, she was 18, Mm-hmm. It's not an overnight thing. Right. It's work. Right. And progress and looking up to people that are professional and talented and matter.
Right. Down. I would say it's been a challenge, but I'm grateful for every journey, everything that I've accomplished with everything. It's been hard. To this day, I've accomplished my 6th crown. I have 4 international crowns and 1 national crown. Miss Florida is my first national crown. I'm on my journey to compete for Miss Glamorous Plush.
Yes, and that's coming up in June, all right? So make sure that you go and watch it with us. We're going to be there June 26th.
26th.
Yes, June 26th is a Monday, and it's going to be in Orlando, okay? Right.
And for my newcomer girls, I have Aaliyah. I actually have Aaliyah from Alibi. I forget her last name all the time. She's going to kill me now. When Aaliyah sees her, don't kill me.
Aaliyah, don't kill her.
She's from Lips, and she's competing.
Aaliyah J. Yeah.
So Aaliyah is competing for newcomer. So hopefully we both get the crown because we already have Antonio as the king. Mm-hmm. And I'll be sick.
Edward.
Antonio Edwards.
Yes. Okay.
A former Mr. Florida.
No, but he's incredible. And so we were talking before the show about how you're always working. Like your social media, if you're not following Kimberly on social media, make sure you do so now. Because Kimberly, if you, I wonder what to do today. Or somebody will also always send me a text like, hey, I'm in Wilton. Is there something to do? I'll go look and see what Kimberly's doing. Because there's always at least 5 things on her feed for each day, you know? You're always working, okay? And so people think that like drag queens are chilling and drinking and, you know, that's not work. You know what I mean? Like, what does your week look like? Like including like putting looks together and stuff like that, like for just a regular week?
Well, I know that everybody's going to be shocked, but as a daytime job, I am an Uber driver. And it's funny because I pick up a lot of gays in the car and then I'd be like, hi, so what are you doing tonight? So, or I've asked them, what are you doing this weekend? So I'm basically like an undercover investigate, what do you call those an undercover person that promotes for the gays without them knowing, because then I explain that I'm a drag queen and they're like, because obviously I'm trans. But
so you'll just go like in regular Kimberly daytime makeup and you're Uber driving everybody. Obviously you're not in your beautiful big flamboyant dresses that you always have, so they're just like, oh, this cute girl is driving me around, right? And then you're like, are you gay? Or even you should be.
Or even feedback. I'd be like, what did you think of the restaurant? Oh, really? So that even helps me, so I can help myself for even the pub. Yeah. Because we have to know that gays like to drink and the specials count sometimes.
No, they do. But, you know, in an Uber car, right, you're 2 separate entities. You're the driver, you know? And like, so you don't know who you're picking up. Have you ever encountered like some horrible people?
Don't even ask me that. They always ask me that. But,
I mean, because it's Uber, girl, you know?
No, but I always tell the girls, because the girls ask me that all the time, and I say, the scariest part if there's 4 men in the car. That is the scariest thing, because then I can't take full control. I can maybe sit on one and squish him, but
you're stupid.
But the other 4 will be hard. The other 3 will be So that is probably the scariest, because I've been not harassed, but people tend to be, you know, when they pat you on the shoulder, hi, love. Mm-hmm. Some of them get very friendly like that, and I'll be like, don't touch me. That's not. It's just a ride.
Do you have? I'm gonna get you one of those little baseball bats to put in.
I need a taser.
You need a taser. You need a. I mean, isn't that awful that like I'm even having this conversation with Kimberly Venom about her getting a taser? You know, but it's the truth. Like, you know, as an Uber driver, as a woman, you've got to take care of yourself. And these are scary times. You know that with our crazy ass governor, we're going to talk about drag queens being under attack now. But like our crazy ass governor has passed a law like a couple of weeks back that basically no background check. You can just go get a gun. You can hold it on you. It could be visible, you know, so it's like now people aren't hiding their shit anymore, right? This poor little girl drove to the wrong apartment, all right? Pulled into the parking lot and into the parking thing and was like, oh, I'm in the wrong parking. Let me get out. Went to go reverse and the person inside the house just started shooting her, okay? Stories like that are gonna happen a whole lot more because of these rules, because of these laws that this governor is doing and imposing on all of us, you know? And so there's that, and then there's this crazy ass drag queens being under attack. Like I wake up some days, Kimberly, and I'm like, I'm in the Twilight Zone. This is not really happening. Like, do you feel that way being in this community?
Correct. I feel like we're running through the tough times now. And I really never, you know that I've always thought of that, if that would ever happen to us. And it's actually happening. Like they're worrying about us killing or hurting kids or doing anything to our community or even the straight community. But yet again, all we're doing is showing glitter or sparkles or nail polishes. But then you're here with people with guns and it's crazy. It's very crazy. Especially like polls. And so many people died by shootings again. And allowing those guns to be allowed, I'm sorry to say, I always say it to my friends as a joke, but it's scary to ever see the world come to like those. I always see that movies give us hints, and that's very important, everyone. We have to keep detail on that. They gave a movie of COVID, and COVID happened. Mm-hmm. And now I feel that what's happening now, it's the same thing over the shootings and the people are getting guns. is the same reality of, what is that movie that we see that they let you kill for an hour or for
Oh my God, Purge. You know, the Side Piece was just talking about that the other day. Side Piece, weren't you talking about the Purge?
Yes, I was.
Like that there's like, okay, so basically if you haven't seen The Purge, there's like a 24-hour period, I guess, or something like that. A day where you could do whatever the hell you want.
And
so some people, and kill whoever you want, and there will be no consequences to it, basically.
Right.
Do drugs, do whatever you want to do for that day. Some people closed their houses, boarded up their shit, and were like, okay, nobody's leaving until this is over. Other people went out there and were looting and killing and doing all that.
And that's my fear. That's my fear, because right now, supposedly in July, they're starting the guns, so I really hope they don't get guns.
A couple of weeks back, you went to Tallahassee, right? And you were part of the drag queen march, the protest. Tell us about that. How did that? Who organized that? How many were up there? What did you feel?
Well, that's another leader that I look up to now. And I call her auntie. She's like sister auntie, but she's more auntie. Darcel Stevens. She basically united all the drag queens from different cities. Like we have Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Kissimmee,
West Palm. I saw up there.
Everybody. She made sure she got certain amount of drag queens to go fight for our rights in Tallahassee, and it was amazing. It was very powerful because we kept yelling. We went inside the actual, I always forget this. I have a brain fart every time, but it's kind of like the court, I guess.
The Capitol?
The Capitol. Oh my God. The Capitol, we went in the Capitol and we were yelling, trans lives matter, gay lives matter, and DeSantis, you gotta go, baby. It's time to go. But overall, we're drag queens. We have a new flag. It's dark blue, purple, and the little crown in the middle. And I was excited because I've never seen something like that. I've seen my trans flag, I've seen gay flags, but the drag queen flag, fierce, with a little crown in the middle. You know me and the little crown.
I know, yeah. Well, again, snatching crowns wherever she goes, all right? Snatching crowns wherever she goes. Give me that crown. Or what can we add to this flag, Kimberly? A crown. It needs a crown, right? But powerful stuff, right? So you folks went and like ass crack. You went like at 5 in the morning. It was like a 24-hour turnaround?
Yes, Darcel was the one to make sure she got all the people from office to involve themselves, actually. And we had a very big, it kind of looked like a parade, but it was everybody was fighting and yelling. And Darcel kept saying, let them hear us, because they're going to know who we are. And you could see the people looking through the windows, and I'm here looking at them like,
what
are you going to do? I'm going to show you. And we were racking the fans, smacking them left and right. And we're like, how gay can it get? But I was happy overall, because I'm like, I've never seen so much people fight for our rights. And that's history.
Yeah.
I would say RuPaul and many queens within years ago have made the way for us that are now one day becoming legendary. But now us are trying to make history for the new generation, for my kids.
For your kids.
For my kids, or even other new baby queens that are going to start getting in drag and inspired. And who knows, like I always say, one day I become I will never be her, but become somebody like her, like Tiffany Arriagas.
Ooh, yeah. I love her. I'm sorry. Kimberly, if you could go back in time, right, and told everyone something, okay, that you knew from the future, what would you tell them? What would you warn them about?
I don't know. That's a good question. I would say the most important thing, like always, stay true to who you are. Stay true to who you are, because that's just going to make you get bigger and bigger in your future. I have, believe it or not, I have never changed nothing of myself. I've always been the same respectful person, the same loving person. I've lost a lot, but it made me the strong person I am today. And it's an honor to have people that I look up to, like TP or like Erica, that sometimes even work for me on my Fantasy Sunday show every Sunday, 9 p.m. sharp. You all know my videos. But I get to let them, they work with me. Even Kitty Meow, I had him this past week and he was honored. And I'm like, Kitty, it's an honor to meet Kitty. You were I just got
It's Kitty. I mean, come on. Yeah.
But I'm here for everyone. Like, that's why I want them to know. That's why TP tells me, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud. Like, she's a proud mother, I guess. But I'm like, mother, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
and she don't give those compliments así por lo loco, okay? Understand that, like, you know,
she
like,
could be a shady lady sometimes, but
she could be strict.
Yes.
Okay, we'll call it strict.
Right.
Okay,
She's a strict
it's not
lady,
no, but that's why when those compliments come, they mean even more, Kimberly. You know what I mean? Because no es de mierda. It's not to stroke your confidence or anything. You know.
Right.
Where do you see Venom in 10 years?
Hopefully, in 10 years, I have a bigger family. Because it's different. Okay, this is very important. It's like polls. It's different building names and families. Because nowadays, there's so many houses. But if the house is not pure, the house doesn't really show love. The house doesn't, especially the mother, doesn't guide correctly the kids, then there's no future. I want to see, I have Nosh actually, one of my kids. She's learned so much within so period of time. Today we were talking about it actually. She's a Miss Azucar Plus. I'm a former Miss Azucar Plus. I'm the first one, the first Miss Azucar Plus. I won 2018 and she was telling me, mother, I got Puerto Rican queens. I got so many queens that are going to compete. And I'm just listening to her and I'm like, but look at that. What you learn is what you observe.
Yes.
That is what I'm talking about.
That's the inclusivity. And like you're handing that down. You're teaching them that.
I even have morphine love. Well, I know you love Athena. I love her too. She doesn't want to marry me. I try to get her as a boy. She's a sexy boy.
Oh, Stavros.
Oh, don't call her that. But basically morphine, she gives me my credits too as a little sister. I see her even it's like a little sister. Even sometimes a niece, but it's like, I told my sister, she learned so much how to battle shows. She learned her way too by me when we started. And that was like the ending of my period with Azucar. I was leaving Azucar because all my older sisters left. Calypso left, Sasha Lors left. Who else left? Athena left because she just came to do Athena would just come in and out. But all the sisters came through the shows. Azucar was a platform for many queens. As I said before, I cannot leave her out. Because she is the head of all Latina queens. If it's not Maritrini, if it's not La Globos, if it's not Mariloli, if it's not Amanda West, if it's not
those are the women that when I think of Azucar starting out time, that's what I think of.
Those are icons. They might not be giving their statuses because they don't take them. Because Globos is a comedian, for Christ's sake, but. Oh, Teresita La Caliente too. Those girls have their own uniqueness and they deserve their respect as well. Just like a TP Lords. For sure. Just like
for sure, but different.
Tiffany. Yeah, the Latin community.
But different. You know, what do you think that they would drag bans are enforced and there's no more drag? What happens to all your kids? What happens to these iconic people that you look up to? What do you see them? I don't see them being Uber drivers.
That's my fear. That's my fear. Besides actually doing Uber, I graduated from Beauty Schools of America as a full esthetician. So I do facials, waxing. I want to actually open my waxing center, like bikini wax, mostly for men. You know, you women could be expensive. Women be paying a lot of money for bikini wax, so why not? But I
love it.
I wouldn't.
Venom's vag.
It's gonna be like distribution when she rip it. She's like, right. But honestly, I wouldn't know what they'll do. That's why we went to the parade the parade.
The protest.
Saying the parade. Jesus, the protest of Tallahassee because I wouldn't know what they would do. So many queens it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to think of that. I wouldn't want to think we have to do shows under, what did I tell Erica yesterday?
The back alley and shit.
The back alley, but no, what do you do that?
Underground?
Underground or like an under party cave or something. I don't want to ever
that's how the houses, the ballroom houses used to be back in the day in New York. They were underground. They were in a warehouse. Like if you knew, and that was it.
Right.
You know? And it might just get, okay, I don't want to think that.
We are going to fight for our rights.
We have to.
We will be here to stay, these aunties, and we are not going anywhere, my love. We have to, for all my lesbians, all my gays, all my straights that do support us, this is the time to vote. This is the time to help us. Stop with the, oh my God, we love you. Oh my God, I love your makeup. We need your help. We really do. This is the moment to stick together, and all the queens. Some of us might not clutch because queens we could be diva-ish, be like, I don't know, sister. But right now is the moment we have to stick together, because if the girls on the outside or the presidency, the government, all that takes over.
Well, and that's one thing that I've learned from my many drag queen friends is that, like, yeah, they may have a fight with them.
Right.
All right. But if you attack one of them, you attack all of them. And that's it. That's where the fight ends right then and there.
Exactly.
So it's the time. Like Kimberly said, you know, I had put a post a couple of months back, like basically saying, if you've ever gone to a bachelorette party at Lips, if you've ever celebrated your birthday at the pub, if you've ever done anything when it came to anything at anywhere, our house, whatever it is, and you're straight or an ally or any of the other acronym letters, right? Yes, your $2 and saying I love your makeup and your talent is great, but a social media post would be better. Or telling your older friends that maybe they have never met a T or have never met an L or have never met. Let them know.
Yeah.
You know, let them know. That's how it is. You stand up for us. That is how you stand up for us. Yes, we want your money, of course. Yes, we want your love. But when you're out of our arena, are you still standing up for us? Because that's what we really need.
Right.
So we always have a segment here on the FayWhat show, just a way to get to know our interviewers better, a way to get to know you better, all right? And so we call this segment the first thing that comes up. Whoop, right? The first thing that comes up, all right? So I'm going to tell you a word, and like you just tell the camera the first thing that you think of, all right? Okay. So like, for example, if I said black, well, what's the first thing that you would think?
A chocolate cake, Holly.
Okay, so perfect. Perfect. All right.
I'm gonna be eating. I eat too much.
See, no, that's perfect. All right, so Mama, okay. What do you think of pride?
Community and unity.
Plants.
Oh, the orchid, my favorite flower.
Dogs.
The Yorkies. I love Yorkies.
DeSantis.
He gotta go. It's time to go.
Pamela Anderson.
How dare she? You're like one of them. You're one of them pretty hoes. Yeah. I get jealous when it comes to that because I'm a big girl and we work twice as hard.
Wait a minute. You pointed at me and said you're one of those, and then can you explain what one of those mean?
Barbies, those Barbie skinny pretty ones be like you know the
Bitch, I don't wake up this way. This is a lot of Botox.
What is the one with the bathing suit from Baywatch?
That's Pamela Anderson.
There you go. That's the one I'm talking about. You need to be one of the girls behind her you're the brunette. Or the Charlie's Angels. That's what you guys would be.
Listen, I've had like some real, like my bestie in the whole entire world. She says that she's chubby. I don't think she is, but whatever. Okay. It's her reality and that's it. Right. And she schooled me on how people are treated differently by their size. And can I tell you that I'm ashamed to say that I didn't know half the shit that she told me, you know, about certain things that she has to deal with every single day, you know? Ooh. So you bringing that up to my attention, like kind of kicks me in the stomach because it's like, we don't, you know, we're really not aware about what our friends go through sometimes, you know, shit that may feel stupid to mention and we laughed about it, but it's still your reality and you feel that you have to work harder because you're a bigger girl. Yeah. When I see you on stage being I have been blessed to be a judge, right? For twice, I think that Kimberly has won a title. And I'm floored by your talent. I'm floored by your answering the question. You are always so prepared and so beautifully polished.
Thank you.
And for you, you're like, I'm a bigger girl, so I have to work harder.
It is. I would say it's harder because we have to wear more things. Not necessarily being the queen or not necessarily having the confidence. Because some queens, again, I'm a big girl, but there's a lot of big girls that are not as confident.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Sofia Vergara sometimes. I mean, like walking through,
and it's felt from here. And I'm telling you, it's felt. You display that, and we feel it in the audience, Kimberly. You should know that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that.
It's like Wakanda forever. I try to be the big cheetah. Or the leopard, that's what it is.
Okay, what do you think of when I say meat? M-E-A-T. Carne.
The steak at Outback Steakhouse.
Yum. Okay.
Today.
What do you think when I say voting?
We have to vote for everything that we just talked about. Our rights. Yeah.
What do you think when I say monogamy?
Okay, look, I be a blonde moment sometimes. Some of the words be getting a little difficult.
Okay, no. So you freaking ask. So, so being monogamous is basically like if you and me are together, we don't date outside of our relationship, or we have an open relationship where you can date wherever the hell you want.
Well, I am a monogamous. What was again the word?
Monogamous?
I am that because I have millions of husbands.
So you're not monogamous, basically. You got millions of husbands. She's got millions of kids. Oh yeah, una puta.
No. No, it's that every time there's a sexy man, because look, there's even a sexy man here. His name is Steven. We're like, he's my new husband. I have millions. I don't know how. You ask all my friends, any venue. I go, husband, you're the new husband now.
Your husband, 563. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hashtag husband 564.
Scott,
Welcome.
Ask Papa Scott. I call him Papa Scott. It's the same thing.
Papa Scott. Okay. What do you think when I say Miami girls?
You. Athena.
Again.
Barbie. You guys are the Miami girls.
The Barbie girls.
I'm a Barbie girl. Very those kind of girls.
Fort Lauderdale. What do you think when I say that?
Oh, no, that's us. We're the hood girl. Hey, girl, what's up? Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. We're like, what's up, girl?
Netflix. What do you think when I say that?
Uh-oh. Wait, you said Netflix, not Netflix and chill. Because you know how sometimes people are misconfusing those things. I do see Netflix. I'm very dorky when it comes to that. Because, yes, I'm not going to say my age. Okay, I'm 32. But, I still see, like, I still have the child in me to, like, see Pokemon or...
Mario Brothers?
The
movie? Did you see it?
I'm Peach. I'm not Bowser. I'm not Bowser. I'm Peach. I might be chubby like Bowser, but I am Peach. And that pink little... It matches my sash too and everything. I'm like a little pink. Because I was in love with the movie. Like, the whole movie concept, I was like, oh my God, the throwback. Because they never make movies like the 90s. I'm sorry. Like, those 90s movies that have coming out from our past.
They don't make them. No, they try their best to remake them. That's why we're so excited about, like, Ariel coming back and, like, being a different twist to it, you know?
Right.
What do you think of when I say humidity?
Oh, my God. Fort Lauderdale, Miami. We're always humid. We can't rock. Look, my hair's already getting a little frizzy.
That's how my hair is usually. There's a lot of keratin. I'm telling you, there's a lot of keratin, girl. What do you think of when I say TikTok?
You know that my friends keep yelling at me about that? I'm trying to learn how to be a TikTok girl, but I feel like I'm older than TP when it comes to that. All the girls, because I gotta catch, I don't know how to do those little, I'll be like an old lady. I'll be like, what? And try to like copy the video or make it funny or like mimic the voice. I don't know. Like, I have personality for it, but I feel like I'm TikTok already, as it is. I say, hey, girl, and the voice could be like by itself.
No, but listen, your content, where you be doing your videos for pub, all those things could be used on TikTok, girl. Those are great. You can put all those on TikTok. You have like 1 million followers by tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's always making somebody get into drag or somebody get naked. What are those two things? Something's always happening. That's the pub.
Luckily, it's not the poppers. No, we don't do that.
No, we don't do. No. Those are to clean your keyboard. That's what they say. Kimberly, what is a perfect Sunday fun day for you? If you ever don't have to work on a Sunday, which almost never happens, what would be a perfect day?
The beach. Going to the beach, going to maybe a little boat, swimming in the water. No, just because I'm Ursula doesn't mean that. It's literally like the water, be like, wow. Oh, talking about that, I actually went to Bogota, Colombia, and we went to, not Bogota, not Colombia. It was Mexico. We went to Mexico for a vacation, finally.
It was like a family trip, right? I saw Alan went, Buck went, right?
7 days, Align. 7 days, like, with a vacation that I was like, we went on a boat and catch it. We jumped off the boat because it made us jump. As much as I think I'm Ursula and I'm the sea witch, I am scared of the water. I'm like,
you can swim?
yeah, I can, but I'm scared of the water. A shark will eat me. I'm like, no. But we jumped in.
Can you imagine Kimberly in the water like that?
The funny part about it is that we all jump in the water and there's little fishes going around, right? Like passing us. And I'm not putting no mind. There's a girl that goes, stop! Don't move! And I thought that was the end. I thought the shark was just gonna, like the movies.
Eat your ass. But not in a good way.
There was so many fishes circling me. Like, they were going around me. Like, and I'm like, oh, hell no. This is not the piranhas. No. And I literally digged my head in the water, and I was like, I started my Ursula laugh. I was cackling.
Oh my God, I'd be like, I'm gonna eat all you mofos. That's what's gonna happen right now. You know, I mean, pescado asado, pescado frito,
no,
pescado
I was actually like, where's Ariel? Where's Faye?
Miss Kimberly Venom, thank you so much for being on the FayWhat show. I look forward to your next crown snatching moment.
Right. Stay tuned. As you guys know, I am a pageant girl, yes. Make sure to catch my show, because I have 2 shows I haven't mentioned. Every once a month, I think it's every third or last, but once a month we have Blue Martini Candle as a brunch. We actually have it this Sunday.
Okay.
It's my daughter Noche the Wishes Venom hosts Kendall. So any Kendall people, toda mi gente latina de Kendall, todas mis cubanas, mis puertorriqueñas, I would like you guys to come y que vengan al brunch a las 3 de la tarde.
And it's packed, and everybody goes, and it's a really good time at the Blue Martini.
Yeah, and I also have my Fantasy Sundays, as you guys know, that I always, TP goes, Fantasy Sunday.
Fantasy.
Like that. I don't know why.
I don't know why she says it like that. Like she's got balls in her mouth. Fantasy.
Oh, she probably does. You know her name. But yes, Fantasy Sundays at the pub, every single Sunday, different theme, different girls. And for pageants related, we have Miss Pub in August. A lot of girls are going to compete. We have Miss Florida on October with Allison Thomas and Scar Holland.
I love Allison. What a wonderful human being that was.
And please do not forget, there's only 300 seats. So I hope you get yours quick. 300 seats for Miss Glamorous.
And that's in Orlando.
And that's in Orlando.
June 26th, which is a Monday, okay? So you can make a nice little long weekend of it. And go and support Kimberly as she snatches another crown.
I'm gonna try to fight for this crown because the girls are sickening. We had Tashay Sherrington from Orlando that she came. This is her 3rd time in Continental, and I'm proud of my sister. Like
So she's but she's your competition then?
She would be one of my sister's one of the competitions. I have
no, but there's people who are in the contest, and there are people that you know are your competition because they're sickening. So
I don't know them. I don't know none of them.
Okay.
Only Tashay.
Okay.
I will say her name is Iman. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry, Iman. She's a former Miss Continental, former Miss Gay USA. She's one of the girls that are gonna. I bet she
bring it
because what I've studied and I've saw. She's a trans woman like us, and she has one leg. So in her talent, she takes her leg off and
whips people with it.
I mean,
how do you win? How can you compete against someone taking their leg off and then hitting you in the head with it?
But you know what? I'm excited because
because you're bringing it.
New sisterhood. New sisterhood. New trans sisterhood. And all my gays too.
And I'll tell you why you continue to be successful, Kimberly, because you go with the flow. You're like, okay, this new is coming out. All right, I'm going to elevate what I've done here and do this and this. Oh, this is now going viral. All right, I'm going to take that music and do something with it. Like, I see that you're always aware. You're always like, yeah. You're always learning. I
always try to change things around and make them believe certain things, because that's what makes the magic. Because if you stay the same thing, they're like,
no, of course.
But I change things around because I like you guys always on your toes, being like, what is she doing now?
Always. And you have us on our toes, on our fucking tippy toes, where I'm like, what is she gonna do next? Kimberly, keep on representing like you are. We need that. Okay, so no matter what, you keep on shining as bright as you do. I love you. I will be there when you snatch that other crown. It will happen, folks.
From your mouth to God's ears.
It will happen. Make sure that you follow Kimberly Venom on all social media platforms. She's always got something incredible going on. Go to the pub. It is so much fun. All right. And I mean, the pub has like the most incredible girls. Okay. There's Velvet. There is Shasta. I mean, there's you. Like there is just like this creme of the creme of girls that are at
That's
the
the
pub
little
now.
show. I always say the MILF Sexy Show with Candy Cox. If you guys want to check it with $6 burgers. I mean, sandwiches. No, they're chicken sandwiches. Yeah. Chicken sandwiches on Mondays. They got really good specials too.
Yeah, but you also always have the cute boys there too. So make sure that you go check it out. Follow Kimberly Venom on social media. Like I said, she's always doing something great. Wish her well. All right, because we've got to keep the pageantry alive. That is that's our foundation, when it comes to LGBTQ plus. So make sure you go and you support. And like, hey, maybe you can't go to one of the events, so reach out to one of the queens that you like. Maybe you'll be a sponsor. Maybe you help them out with something. It ain't cheap to get those crowns.
I will be doing my benefit. I'm doing a benefit on May 7th.
Benefit, May 7th.
May 7th, I'm doing my benefit.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Kimberly. Thank you for being on my show. I love you, mamita. You keep kicking ass, all right? We'll be right back. Finally this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it FAY. What's on my mind? Furries are on my mind. I have to laugh because, I'm all about educating, right? So furries are on my mind, okay? I have learned a lot from my kinky brother, Elimination Onyx, right? He has shown me about boundaries and the leather community, right? So I want to be open and learn about how other folks express themselves. And furries are one of those folks that I have always been kind of like curious about, right? Furries have always interested me. So I thought furries were like a weird fetish thing. And I read a bunch of stuff that portrays furries as sexual fetishes, united by a common interest in sex and animal costumes. But here's the thing. Evidence suggests that a lot of those stereotypes are actually wrong. Very few furries think sex and animal costumes is a good idea, for example. So let's learn about the furry community today, and hopefully we'll clear up some of these misunderstandings that we've heard about them, right? So being a furry means that you run around in a fursuit all the time, right? Not really. In 2007, a survey found that only 26% of respondents at a furry convention reported owning a fursuit, and 30% reported actually wearing one. Okay, another survey found that tails are the most commonly owned fursuit component. Colitas, right? With 48% of people at the Furry Fiesta 2014 saying that they owned a tail, and only 13% reporting owning a full suit, okay? While 34% reported wearing any clothing or no clothing or accessories associated with their furry persona, all right? Next, is being a furry just like a sexual fetish? Well, no, okay? Though like with any other fan interest, there are sexual themes present, while sexual activity with other furries known as yiffing, okay? That's what it's called, okay? Because it's the sound that foxes make during sex. Yiffy, something like that, right? So it happens frequently, and it's a character used to portray an aspect of your personality that you may feel uncomfortable with in your daily life, okay? So what is a furry then, if that's not what it is? Well, in the broadest sense, a furry is someone with an interest in animals, okay? That is animals who have been given human characteristics, like the ability to talk or walk on their hind legs, something like that. It's a curiosity, right? Okay, so what is a fursona? F-U-R-S-O-N-A, a fursona, right? So a fursona is a furry-themed avatar, okay, that furries use to represent themselves when interacting with other members of the fandom. Nearly every furry has a fursona. I wonder what my fursona would be. I gotta think about that. So being a furry isn't really about sex, all right? So what do furry fans actually do then? Well, you can enjoy furry fan activities at furry conventions. In each case, the analogy to science fiction and comic book fandoms is strong. Fan art is an important part of furry fandom, just as it is for comic book fans, all right? And lastly, do furries think that they're animals? It's complicated, okay? About 1 in 3 furries report feeling not 100% human. That's a very small fraction. That's about like 8% or something like that. Meaning that in a physical sense, okay? With many more stating that they feel not fully human mentally or spiritually, okay? And that could be, any of us could be feeling that way at any given time, right? So they might report like a small desire to not be human. And I don't know about you, but there's times that I don't want to be human either, okay? Furries and other people who identify as non-human to some substantial degree are known as otherkin, okay? Or therians, all right? Are other kin who identify with in whole or part. And actually existing species that live or have lived on Earth, like wolves are the most common. So some reserve the term otherkin for those identifying as fictional or fantasy creatures, okay? Like dragons and vampires, etc., like that, okay? While others use it as a catch-all term. So now you know about furries. Go explore. Go have fun. You never know. It might be the next thing that makes you happy or the next thing that puts a smile on your face. And that's what it's all about, especially with so much stuff being thrown at us right now. Become a furry and tell me about it. Well, that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. I am really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. It's often hard for us girls. But if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. We opened the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ+ community. We've got to be strong right now. We've got to be strong for each other. We've got to be stronger than ever. So I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It's what makes us so freaking strong. Until next Monday, world, at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I gotta say thank you to Jamal L. Starks for being just an incredible boy in bed, and all of you for allowing me to come into your homes every week. Me, I'm FayWhat, and I'm #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #ThatGirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl, the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #ThatGirl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's you?
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.